So, tell me what you were seeing.
All right, so there's a very, very thin black ephemeral layer that extends across the whole site. It comes in very, very spotty, so you're not going to see it as a layer in the wall in most places, and you're not really going to see it around. The first time we found it was after we already blew through it completely with a shovel, and then we started seeing it in the walls. So there's a couple little spots here, and I've already measured, and they line up at the same depth across the site and where the black layer is.
Okay.
So here's one of the very, very faint ones. You have to be very careful scraping it, as it disappears. So if I scrape it once more, it's going to be gone at this point.
Okay.
But that's where it comes up looking like, and you see it just ever so slightly darker than the rest of the modeling. But it's probably about 2 centimeters, maybe 3 to 4 underneath sterile when it first starts hitting sterile. So that's how we know when we found it.
Okay.
So here is.
And it looks like
Some
we can
more
see it
down
in the
here.
wall.
You can see it in the wall a little bit, right here. So right there is where you can see in the wall.
Okay.
And here you can see it a little darker. As you can see, there's very, very white sterile around it, and then suddenly this blackness.
Okay.
So there's some more little pin flags all around where I've seen where it's shown up just a little bit, and it's easiest to see it really in the shade. And that's why it was so tricky for us to find it at first, because we were looking at it in the sun.
Okay.
And in the wall, we come down one little bit more down this way. You can see it in the wall here. And this one also has a little piece of wood in it.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
And you see the blackness here. Extends out to here, and then comes back around and goes around the wood. So it's there, and it's also over here. Right there. That's how thin it is, and that's why it's very, very easy to just completely blow through with a trowel or a shovel. Now, the only thing we've been finding in it is post molds, which you can see right behind you. These. This was found 4 centimeters below sterile. This was completely sterile this morning until Gabriel hit it with the shovel to just make it nice and clean, and these came up, and these stay much longer. It may just be a lens of the black soil and where it gathered more naturally. So like I said, it's very, very sparse. It's as if it was sprinkled across the site like that. So you'll find spots where it's a little bit darker and shows a little bit more, and that's just a natural divot in the ground that has more of the soil in it. But sometimes there's also post molds. And the post molds, we know they're post molds because they're a little bit deeper, but they also have a hand-wrought nail at the bottom of them, and in one of them we found Queensware creamware ceramic. So that is our black layer.
Great eye.